Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Annisa Qolbia and I will present about advance in language and literary studies. The purpose. This study aims to explore pre-service English language teacher perception of code switching or CS in language classroom and how their perceptions affect their teacher identity development. It is aimed in this study to find answer to the following research questions. 1. What are the perceptions of pre-service English teachers about code switching? 2. How do the perception of pre-service English language teacher about code switching affect the process of their identity formation as a teacher? Introduction. Code switching or CS is changing between language in the same discourse in bilingual or multilingual environment. 2. The justification of the research relies on the assumption that these two distinct topics, foreign language teachers' perception of CS and their identity development, are closely associated with teachers' classroom practice, and the former one has an effect on the latter one. Literature review. Teachers' identity development. The studies conducted by Clark 2008, Fleming et al. 2012 and Lerser 2013 made a common point. Students' past experience about language learning have an important effect on their identity development as pre-service teacher. While some change after language teacher program, some remain unchanged or incorporate newly learned ideas. The perceptions towards CS are one used in EFL classroom. The studies show that there might be various factors that may affect teachers and student-teacher perceptions towards CS in the classroom. 1. Experience. The factor that was found to affect pre-service teachers' identity development as a determining factor that influence pre-service teachers' perceptions towards CS in foreign language classroom. 2. The following of teachers and student teachers are also among important findings of the studies regarding the perception of L1 use or CS in foreign language classroom. In Macaron 2001 study, one of the students' teachers reported a feeling of conflict about using L1 in procedural instruction, pointing out the reason of not being good enough in L2. Methods. The participants of this study were three English language teaching (ELT) students who will be called with the first letter of their names N, E, and M. Their first language was Turkish and they spoke English as their second language. Thus, the participants who were voluntary to reflect on their experiences and express their feelings and thoughts were selected purposefully for this study. Findings. This paper attempts to investigate the perception of pre-service teachers about code switching or CS in EFL and ELT classrooms and how these perceptions affect their identity development as an English pre-service teacher. The data collected through semi-structured individual interviews and graphic elicitation with three participants, N, and E, was coded and categorized under three main themes. 1. The effect of past experience. 2. Perceptions towards CS, and 3. Identity development. The effect of past experience. The analyzed data revealed that there is an effect of pre-service teacher past experience on the perceptions towards L1 or L2 language used in EFL classrooms and identity development as pre-service teacher. The codes that fall under this category are classroom as the only place to practice English, language choice by teacher in EFL classrooms, and oral use of English in the classroom. While talking about their learning background, the students mentioned whether their teacher used first language or or L1 or target language L2 in English language classroom. A final code that is handled under this then is the oral use of English in the classroom. Based on the question directed to the participant, they give information about how they use English orally in the classroom. Perceptions towards CS. Each of them reveal in different view about it. The codes analyzed under this them are the reasons of CS in participants' opinions and their feelings towards it. They are reasons split of the tone, reason emphasizing a point, reason lack of the proficiency, reason making student understand, feeling naturally, and feeling relief. And who possess negative perceptions towards CS mainly focus on the reason like slip of the tongue and lack of proficiency. He further proposed the lack of faculty as a reason of CS by saying actually one of the reasons for CS is lack of faculty. And negative perfection towards CS can be further seen in the drawing that he did in graphic elicitation text. He was asked to draw about his feelings when his professor switched between language is ELT classroom. Identity development. 1. The code effect of professor was mentioned by 3 of the participants. 2. Language choice in students' teachers' classroom was code discussed under the theme of identity development. This code was extracted from drawings by participants in the graphic elicitation text. 3. Another coded tale under this theme was who an English teacher is which is inferred from student teachers' answer to the questions who is an English teacher. And the last code categorized under this theme was self-perception as a or an pre-service English teacher. This includes participants both on practice and perception as English pre-service teachers and the English teacher they would like to be in the future. Discussion. Student M. Concerning the first research question of this study, it could be seen that M holds negative perception towards CS and FL's classroom. He attributes CS to the negative reasons such as slip of the tongue, lack of the proficiency, and lack of faculty. Student E. Relating to the first question of this research, unlike E holds positive perception towards CS in EFL classrooms, pointing out the feeling of relief and beneficial aspect of CS to avoid incomprehensibility, as positive perception is in line with the study by Macaro 2001, in which one of the student teachers showed positive attitudes based on the reason of overcoming confuse and interactions problem. Student N. While N stated overly that she is neutral towards CS in EFL classroom, the feeling of not being proficient in English while code switching shows some negativity towards it. The concern of not being good in English when code switching is in line the studies by Macaro 2001 and Cheng 2013, in which not being good at English or doubt about teachers' language proficiency were mentioned in relation with CS. Furthermore, in graphic elicitation text, the feeling of annoyance when adopted very frequently by the teacher demonstrates that even if she is neutral towards it, too much CS may lead to negative perceptions. Conclusion. As a suggestion for the future studies, the writer recommended the conduction of further studies about the pre-service teachers' choices of language used in the classrooms and its effect on Thank you.